As dawn breaks on the shores of Scandinavia, a new chapter in history is about to begin. The Viking Age, marked by legendary raiders and explorers, transforms not just Europe, but the entire world. But who were these enigmatic Norsemen? The Viking Age began in 793 AD, marked by the infamous raid on Lindisfarne, a peaceful monastery. This brutal attack shocked Christendom and signaled the start of an era defined by exploration, trade, and conquest. Vikings were not merely raiders, they were also master shipbuilders and navigators. Their longships, designed for both speed and agility, allowed them to traverse vast oceans and rivers alike. Led by daring leaders like Ragnar Lothbrok and Bjorn Ironside, these seafaring warriors expanded their influence across Europe. Cities like Paris and London would soon feel their formidable presence. Despite their fearsome reputation, Vikings were skilled traders. They established extensive trade networks that connected Scandinavia with the Byzantine Empire, the Middle East, and beyond. Their ventures took them as far as Constantinople and the Caspian Sea, where they traded furs, amber, and slaves. This exchange fostered cultural interactions that would shape future societies. Through their journeys, Vikings made remarkable discoveries, including Iceland and Greenland. These territories, once thought uninhabitable, became vital to their expansion. In 986 AD, Eric the Red led a group of settlers to Greenland, describing it as a promised land. This was a pivotal moment, initiating the Norse colonization of the previously uncharted territory. Vikings did not stop there. They even ventured to North America. Reports of a land called Vinland, likely modern-day Newfoundland, revealed their far-reaching explorations. Though their settlements in North America were fleeting, they left an indelible mark on the history of exploration. These adventures challenged the boundaries of what was known in the medieval world. The Vikings were not only warriors, but also poets and storytellers. Their sagas, rich in mythology and history, preserved their culture and continue to captivate modern audiences. The Norse gods, such as Odin and Thor, featured prominently in these tales, reflecting the values and beliefs of Viking society. Their mythology provided insight into their worldview. In their quest for glory, Vikings often clashed with established empires. Battles against the Anglo-Saxons in England showcased their fierce fighting skills and strategic prowess. The Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066 marked a significant turning point. It was here that the Vikings faced their demise, symbolizing the end of the Viking Age. Viking society was complex, with a hierarchy that included chieftains, warriors, and thralls. This structure played a vital role in their raids and societal organization. Women in Viking society held more power than many cultures of their time, managing estates and engaging in trade. They were vital in ensuring the continuation of Norse culture. The legacy of the Vikings is still evident today. Place names, language, and traditions across Europe bear witness to their enduring influence. As Christianity spread, Viking beliefs began to wane. The conversion to Christianity marked a significant transformation in their culture and way of life. The Norse sagas and legends continue to inspire literature, films, and art, even in modern times. Their stories remain a testament to the human spirit's quest for adventure. The Viking era was a complex tapestry of exploration, conquest, and cultural exchange. As we reflect on their legacy, we see the traces of their adventures in today's world. What stories will future generations tell about our own age? The Vikings were not merely brutal raiders, they were also skilled traders and explorers. Their extensive trade networks reached as far as the Middle East and even Asia, facilitating cultural exchanges that would shape societies for centuries. Viking traders introduced new products and ideas to the regions they encountered, leaving a lasting impact on commerce and culture. In the 9th century, the Viking expedition to Constantinople marked one of the high points of their trading prowess. Known as Miklagard to the Norse, The city was a hub of wealth and knowledge. Vikings served as mercenaries and traders here, learning from diverse cultures and bringing back new technologies to their homeland. The Viking longships were engineering marvels of their time, enabling them to navigate both open seas and shallow rivers. These vessels not only facilitated raids, but also allowed exploration into new territories, from the British Isles to the rivers of Eastern Europe. Their design was crucial for the success of their maritime endeavors. The Norse made significant discoveries, including the North Atlantic islands like Iceland and Greenland. Eric the Red, for instance, founded a settlement in Greenland in the late 10th century, showcasing their relentless spirit of exploration. These lands were not only strategic outposts, but also offered new resources for their communities. Interestingly, the Viking sagas, rich in storytelling, provide historical insights into their travels and conquests. These narratives, passed down through generations, often blend myth with reality, capturing the spirit of adventure. They illuminate the values of the Norse people, such as bravery, loyalty, and the pursuit of glory. The Vikings also established settlements beyond the traditional boundaries of their homeland. They set up communities in England, Ireland, and even parts of modern-day France, where they influenced local cultures and politics. These interactions often led to a blending of traditions and customs, enriching both Viking and local identities. However, the Viking legacy is not without its darker chapters. The raids instilled fear in many European communities, leading to fortifications and defenses. Cities like Paris and London fortified their walls, preparing for further Norse incursions. The fear of Viking raids left a profound mark on the medieval psyche. Despite their fearsome reputation as raiders, the Vikings were also pioneers of exploration. They were the first Europeans to reach North America, landing in Newfoundland around the year 1000 AD. This discovery predates Columbus by nearly 500 years, showcasing their remarkable navigational skills and daring spirit. The establishment of the Vinland settlement in Newfoundland stands as a testament to their adventurous spirit. Here they encountered indigenous peoples, exchanging goods and ideas. This early contact between cultures highlights the Vikings' role in shaping a more interconnected world, centuries before globalization became a concept. The Viking Age also saw the rise of powerful chieftains and kings, such as Harald Hardrada, whose attempts to claim the English throne culminated in the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066. This battle marked a significant turning point, showcasing both the military prowess and ambition of the Norse leaders. As the Viking Age drew to a close, the gradual assimilation into local cultures began. Many Norsemen settled in the lands they once raided, adopting Christianity and local customs. This transformation marked a significant shift in their identity, blending their rich traditions with those of the peoples around them. The decline of Viking raids was also influenced by changing political landscapes in Europe. As kingdoms grew stronger and more centralized, the opportunities for raiding diminished. This shift forced the Vikings to adapt, transitioning from raiders to merchants and settlers, redefining their place in history. Viking legends persisted long after their era, inspiring tales of heroism and adventure in literature. Writers like J.R.R. Tolkien drew heavily from Norse mythology, embedding these ancient stories into the fabric of modern storytelling. The legacy of the Vikings continues to captivate our imagination today. In contemporary times, the fascination with the Vikings has led to a resurgence in interest, seen through films, television series, and even video games. This modern portrayal has sparked global curiosity about their real history, prompting deeper dives into archaeological findings and historical research. The archaeological discoveries of Viking burial sites and artifacts have provided invaluable insights into their lives and beliefs. Sites like the Oseberg ship burial have revealed their sophisticated craftsmanship and cultural practices, showcasing a society rich in art and tradition. The Vikings' legacy is also reflected in the place names and languages throughout Europe. Words and terms derived from Old Norse can still be found in modern languages, serving as a reminder of their influence on the linguistic landscape. This linguistic heritage attests to their integration in the regions they once settled. Moreover, the Viking spirit of exploration has influenced modern navigators and adventurers. The courage of the Norse seafarers resonates with those who seek to conquer new frontiers in today's world, echoing their legacy of bravery and discovery in the face of the unknown. The Viking approach to governance and democracy also left a mark on modern societies. Their assemblies, known as things, were early forms of democratic gatherings, laying the groundwork for participatory governance. This influence can be seen in various democratic systems that prioritize collective decision-making. The Norse mythology, filled with tales of gods and heroes, continues to inspire various art forms today. From paintings to movies, the captivating stories of Odin, Thor, and Loki echo through time, reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with the divine and the heroic journey. As we analyze the Viking legacy, it becomes evident that their journey was not solely about conquest. It was a complex interplay of exploration, trade, and cultural exchange that shaped Europe and beyond. The Vikings' relentless pursuit of knowledge and adventure continues to inspire us even today. The image of the Viking as a brutal raider has evolved over time, giving way to a more nuanced understanding of their society. Modern historians emphasize their roles as farmers, traders, and settlers, revealing a multidimensional culture. This shift in perspective encourages a more holistic appreciation of their contributions to history. In summary, the Viking era illustrates a period of remarkable transformation, where conquest mingled with exploration and cultural synthesis. As we learn from their history, the lessons of resilience, adaptability, and curiosity resonate deeply within our own modern experiences. The enduring legacy of the Vikings is not confined to the past. It thrives in contemporary culture and society. From literature and film to our understanding of exploration and trade, they remind us of the importance of seeking knowledge and forging connections across cultures. As we conclude this exploration of the Viking era, we are left with the realization that their stories are far from over. They continue to inspire future generations, encouraging a spirit of inquiry about our shared human past and the legacies we leave for those who come after us. The Vikings may have sailed away into the annals of history, but their influence remains deeply rooted in our world. As we reflect on their remarkable journey, let us embrace the spirit of adventure that characterized their lives, urging us to explore our own paths in the quest for knowledge and connection. As the Viking Age unfolded, Norse explorers ventured far beyond their Scandinavian homelands. From the icy fjords of Norway to the lush coasts of Ireland, these daring seafarers sought new lands to settle and trade. Each journey was marked by risk, but the promise of fortune fueled their ambitions. In 793 AD, the Viking raid on the Lindisfarne monastery shocked the Christian world. This unprovoked attack marked a turning point, as it illustrated the Vikings' prowess in warfare and their disdain for the established religious order. The riches taken from Lindisfarne would embolden further raids across Europe. The Vikings were not just raiders, they were skilled traders and settlers. The establishment of trading routes connected the North Atlantic with Byzantium and the Mediterranean. Viking longships, designed for speed and agility, allowed them to navigate both open seas and shallow rivers, facilitating trade and cultural exchange. In their expansion beyond Scandinavia, the Vikings established settlements in Greenland and Iceland. These lands offered new opportunities for agriculture and resource exploitation. The Norse settlers adapted their way of life, blending traditional practices with the unique challenges of their new environment. The Vikings' exploratory spirit led them to North America nearly 5 centuries before Columbus. Archaeological evidence at L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland suggests that Norsemen established a temporary settlement. This discovery reshapes our understanding of early transatlantic voyages and the Viking legacy. Despite their reputation as ruthless raiders, the Vikings were also remarkable artisans. They crafted intricate jewelry, weapons, and tools, often adorned with elaborate designs that reflected their beliefs and social status. These artifacts tell stories of a vibrant culture rich in artistry and craftsmanship. The Vikings established extensive trade networks that reached as far as the Middle East. They exchanged goods such as furs, amber, and slaves for silver, spices, and textiles. Such interactions not only enriched their economy, but also facilitated cultural exchanges with diverse civilizations. The Norse mythology played a significant role in shaping Viking society. Stories of gods like Odin and Thor provided moral guidance and a sense of identity. These legends were shared through oral traditions, influencing not just the Vikings, but also the cultures they encountered during their travels. Women in Viking society held more rights and responsibilities than in many other contemporary cultures. They managed homes, participated in trade, and sometimes even accompanied men on expeditions. Their roles were essential in sustaining the Viking way of life and maintaining social structures. The Viking Age was also marked by significant conflict, particularly with the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. The series of battles and raids led to both devastation and cultural syncretism. This era of warfare ultimately laid the groundwork for the future unification of England. In the face of rising Christianity, many Vikings underwent a transformation in beliefs. The gradual conversion to Christianity altered societal structures and prompted the establishment of churches and schools. This significant shift reshaped Viking culture, blending pagan customs with new religious practices. The Vikings' impact on European trade is undeniable. Their maritime innovations allowed for increased trade efficiency, connecting distant lands and enhancing cultural exchanges. The legacy of these trade routes continues to influence global commerce today. Viking exploration was not only about conquest, it was also about discovery. They navigated through unknown waters, mapping coastlines, and establishing new territories. Their quest for knowledge laid the foundation for future explorations by subsequent generations. The legacy of the Vikings extends into modern times, influencing literature, language, and popular culture. Their stories inspire countless books, films, and television series, highlighting the fascination with their adventurous spirit and complex society. Yet, the true essence of Viking culture is often overshadowed by stereotypes. As we delve deeper into the Viking Age, we uncover the nuanced interactions between Vikings and the peoples they encountered. These engagements shaped not only the Vikings, but also the cultures of those they met, leading to a rich tapestry of shared history. The establishment of the Danelaw in England was a significant event that marked Viking influence in the region. This legal framework allowed for the coexistence of Norse and Anglo-Saxon cultures, fostering a unique blend of traditions and customs. Viking ships were masterpieces of engineering, allowing them to traverse both the open sea and shallow rivers. Their design was revolutionary, featuring a shallow draft enabling swift raids and trade expeditions. This innovation was crucial for their success as seafarers. The Vikings' pantheon of gods and heroes inspired tales of bravery and valor. From the mighty Thor to the wise Odin, these figures were central to Norse identity and provided a framework for understanding the world. Their legends echoed through the ages, resonating with themes of heroism and sacrifice. As Viking settlements flourished, so did their unique cultural practices. Customs surrounding funerals, feasts, and festivals played a critical role in maintaining social cohesion. These traditions reinforced community bonds and reflected their values and beliefs. The Viking Age concluded around 1066 AD, but its legacy endures in various aspects of modern life. The rich history of the Vikings continues to inspire curiosity and scholarship, revealing the complexity of their civilization and their contributions to the world. Norse sagas, epic poems detailing the lives and adventures of Vikings, remain a treasure trove of literary heritage. These sagas offer insights into the social norms, values, and beliefs that defined Viking society and continue to captivate audiences worldwide. Viking influence extended beyond their raids. They significantly impacted the political landscape of Europe. The establishment of Norse kingdoms and alliances altered power dynamics, establishing a legacy that shaped the continent's history for centuries to come. Throughout their conquests, the Vikings established a fortified stronghold in York, known as Jorvik. This city became a vibrant hub of trade, culture, and Norse heritage, illustrating the lasting impact of Viking rule in England. As the Vikings transitioned into more settled societies, their interactions with neighboring cultures brought about significant changes in governance, law, and community organization. This evolution highlights the adaptability of Viking culture in the face of changing circumstances. The Vikings' exploration of the East led them to the riches of the Silk Road. They traded furs for silk and spices, connecting the Scandinavian world to Asia. These ventures expanded their horizons and introduced them to diverse cultures and ideas. The Norsemen's skills in navigation and shipbuilding were legendary. They utilized the sun, stars, and even birds to guide their way across vast oceans. This knowledge not only enabled their raids, but also fostered their explorations into uncharted territories. The Viking Age also saw the rise of legendary heroes and figures, such as Ragnar Lothbrok and Bjorn Ironside, whose exploits were immortalized in sagas. Their tales not only reflect the spirit of adventure, but also serve as a means of preserving Viking history. Contrary to popular belief, the Viking diet was diverse and healthy. They relied on a variety of grains, vegetables, and fish, complemented by dairy and occasional meat. This balanced diet contributed to their strength and endurance on long voyages. The Vikings left an indelible mark on the English language. Many words and phrases used today can be traced back to Old Norse, showcasing their linguistic influence. This blending of languages enriches our modern vocabulary and connects us to the past. Viking craftsmanship extended beyond weaponry to include intricate textiles and woodworking. Their ability to create beautiful and functional objects reflects the artistry present in their daily lives. This craftsmanship was often passed down through generations, preserving their heritage. While the Viking Age is often portrayed through tales of raiding, it's essential to understand their roles as settlers and builders of communities. They established thriving towns and trade networks that contributed to the economic development of the regions they inhabited. The Vikings' understanding of the natural world greatly influenced their navigation and farming practices. They were attuned to seasonal changes, utilizing this knowledge to optimize their agricultural yields and secure food for harsh winters. The Viking love for storytelling played a crucial role in preserving their history and culture. Through sagas, poetry, and oral traditions, they passed down their values, beliefs, and experiences, ensuring that their legacy would endure for generations. The Vikings' military tactics were sophisticated, often employing surprise attacks and strategic planning. Their ability to adapt to different combat situations made them formidable opponents across various battlefields in Europe. Trade alliances formed during the Viking Age not only expanded economic opportunities, but also fostered diplomatic relations. These interactions often led to marriages and alliances that intertwined the fates of different cultures, enriching the tapestry of European history. The Vikings' relationship with the environment was deeply rooted in their survival. They learned to utilize natural resources sustainably, balancing their needs with the health of the land, which ensured their survival for generations. The Vikings were known for their advanced shipbuilding techniques, which allowed them to construct vessels capable of long-distance voyages. These innovations set the stage for a new age of exploration across the seas. The legacy of the Vikings can be seen in modern Scandinavian societies, where many cultural practices and traditions remain alive. Festivals, folklore, and even language reflect the enduring influence of their ancestors on contemporary life. The study of Viking history continues to evolve, with new archaeological findings shedding light on their way of life. Each discovery provides a clearer picture of Viking society, further enriching our understanding of this remarkable civilization. Viking sagas were more than just stories. They served as tools for education and social cohesion. They reinforced community values and fostered a sense of identity among Norsemen, ensuring that their history was woven into the very fabric of their society. The Vikings' maritime expeditions not only led to the discovery of new lands, but also the establishment of cultural exchanges. They brought back knowledge, skills, and traditions that enriched their society and influenced those they encountered. The Viking Age's end was marked by increased political unity in Europe, leading to the decline of Viking raids. Yet, the legacy of adventure and exploration propelled future generations to seek new horizons, echoing the spirit of the Norsemen. Viking art and decoration, particularly in woodwork and metalwork, reflect the aesthetic values of their culture. Intricate patterns and symbols were not merely decorative. They held deeper meanings, often tied to their beliefs and heritage. As we explore the Viking journey, we witness a society that was as complex as it was adventurous. Their contributions to trade, culture, and exploration continue to resonate today, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all human experiences. The Vikings transformed from fierce raiders to influential settlers, leaving behind a legacy that shaped the histories of many nations. Their story illustrates the power of adaptation and the enduring impact of cultural exchange across generations. As the Viking Age progressed, Norse explorers ventured even further. Settlements in Greenland and Iceland showcased their adaptability and navigational skills. These colonies were not just outposts, but thriving communities that engaged in trade and cultural exchange with distant lands. The legendary voyage of Eric the Red to Greenland in the 10th century set the stage for further exploration. Eric's charismatic leadership attracted many settlers, transforming a harsh land into a bustling hub of Norse culture. Viking sagas, rich in storytelling, documented these epic voyages. These narratives were essential to preserving their history, highlighting both heroic deeds and the everyday lives of Norse settlers. Trade routes established by the Vikings connected them to the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic world. They traded furs, amber, and slaves, forging powerful alliances and enriching their own culture with new ideas and goods. Notably, the Varangians, a group of Vikings, served as mercenaries and traders in Russia. Their presence influenced local politics and commerce, showcasing how the Norse integrated into foreign cultures while leaving their mark. The Vikings also ventured into the Mediterranean, reaching places like Spain and North Africa. These encounters not only expanded their trade networks, but also exposed them to new technologies and ideas. As the 10th century unfolded, the Vikings began to convert to Christianity, influenced by their interactions with European nations. This shift marked a significant cultural transformation within Norse society, blending old beliefs with new religious practices. The establishment of the Thing, a local assembly for governance, illustrated the Vikings' sophisticated social structure. These gatherings allowed them to make collective decisions, fostering a sense of community and shared identity among the Norse people. By the late 10th century, Viking raids had shifted focus from mere plunder to establishing settlements. This transition underscored their skill in adapting to changing times and their ultimate goal of creating lasting legacies in new lands. Despite their fearsome reputation, the Vikings were also skilled craftsmen and artists. They created intricate jewelry, weapons, and ship designs, which reflected their values and beliefs. Intertwining functionality with artistry, women in Viking society held significant roles, often managing households, engaging in trade, and even participating in raids. Their contributions were vital to the Viking way of life, challenging modern perceptions of gender roles in the era. Through their exploration of the North Atlantic, the Vikings discovered new lands like Vinland, believed to be part of modern-day Canada. This discovery was a testament to their pioneering spirit and navigational prowess. The Norse sagas recount tales of fierce battles, mythical creatures, and ancestral gods. These stories not only entertained, but also served to educate the younger generations about their rich heritage and values. As the Viking Age drew closer to its end, political pressures from emerging kingdoms began to reshape the Norse world. Consolidation of power in England and the rise of the Holy Roman Empire posed new challenges to Viking settlements and influence. The clash between the Vikings and the Saxons became inevitable. This confrontation highlighted the resilience of Norse warriors as they faced formidable adversaries, further exemplifying their martial prowess and strategic acumen. Despite the waning of their raids, Viking legacy endured through their descendants who integrated into local populations. This blending of cultures enriched the social fabric of Europe, creating a historical tapestry still felt today. The Viking Age's end around 1066 AD marked not just a decline in raids, but also a transformation in the social, political, and cultural landscapes of Europe. Their departure paved the way for new civilizations and enduring legacies. In conclusion, the Viking era was a complex tapestry of exploration, trade, and cultural exchange. The Norse left an indelible mark on history, reminding us that the echoes of their legacy continue to shape our modern world. As the Viking Age waned, Norse explorers set their sights on new territories, driven by a thirst for knowledge and trade. These journeys marked the final chapters of a saga characterized by ambition and courage. The Vikings ventured into uncharted waters, leaving behind a legacy of exploration and cultural exchange. Among the most notable of these explorations was the Viking venture into the heart of the Mediterranean. They navigated through treacherous waters, establishing trade routes that connected distant lands. This adventurous spirit would soon lead to relationships with Byzantine and Islamic cultures, sparking a rich exchange of goods and ideas. The Vikings' encounters with the Eastern Roman Empire opened doors to new opportunities. They provided furs, amber, and slaves in exchange for silver, silk, and spices. This exchange not only enhanced their wealth, but also influenced their artistic expressions, leading to a fusion of styles in Viking craftsmanship. However, the Viking raids had begun to provoke fear and resistance across Europe. With each raid, coastal towns fortified their defenses, and kingdoms united against the marauding Norsemen. This growing animosity set the stage for a clash of cultures that would shape the continent's future. Despite the resistance, the Viking influence persisted, evolving from raiders to settlers. In places like Normandy, they assimilated into local cultures, transforming from feared warriors into noble rulers. Their integration epitomized the complex dynamics of power and identity in medieval Europe. The establishment of the Danelaw in England stood as a testament to this transformation. The Norse governed large areas, introducing their customs and laws which mingled with Anglo-Saxon traditions. This melding of cultures laid the groundwork for modern English identity. Norse myths and sagas flourished during this period, preserving their history and values. The poetic Edda and historical sagas became vital in transmitting Norse culture, inspiring future generations. These narratives reflected their beliefs, ideals, and the heroic exploits of their ancestors. As Christianity gradually spread throughout Scandinavia, it brought profound changes. The conversion of Norse leaders led to the establishment of churches, which replaced old pagan practices. This religious shift further intertwined Norse culture with broader European narratives, signaling the end of the Viking Age. The Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066 marked a critical turning point. With King Harald Hardrada's defeat, the last great Viking invasion of England ended. This battle symbolized the decline of Viking military power and the rise of a unified England under the Norman conquest. The legacy of the Vikings, however, was far from extinguished. Their influence persisted through language, place names, and cultural practices embedded in the societies they touched. Today, we hear echoes of their names in modern languages and see remnants of their customs in celebrations and festivals. Reflecting on the Viking era invites a deeper understanding of the complexities of cultural exchange. It was a time of both destruction and creation. where raiding and trading coexisted. This paradox of violence and creativity shaped not only the Norse identity, but also the entire landscape of European history. The Norse explorers expanded their horizons beyond Europe, reaching the shores of North America. Vinland, as they called it, was a land of promise and potential. Their brief settlement in Newfoundland hints at the Vikings' adventurous spirit and their capability to navigate vast seas long before Columbus. As artifacts from Viking settlements in North America are uncovered, they tell stories of survival and adaptation. These findings indicate a culture that was not only fierce, but also resourceful, showing their ability to thrive in diverse environments. The Vikings' navigational prowess was among their most astonishing achievements. Their mastery of the sea, combined with advanced shipbuilding techniques, allowed them to traverse oceans and discover new lands. This expertise not only fueled their raids but also their explorations, shaping the era's maritime history. The legacy of Viking exploration also ignited a spirit of curiosity among other European nations. As tales of their adventures spread, countries began to seek new routes and territories, leading to an age of exploration that would define the coming centuries. The Viking tradition of storytelling, passed down through generations, remains influential today. These sagas of adventure and valor captivate audiences, highlighting the universal themes of heroism and exploration. In modern media, we find echoes of these ancient tales that continue to inspire. In conclusion, the Viking era embodies a remarkable juxtaposition of raiding and exploration that defined their legacy. As we delve into their stories, we uncover the complex nature of human ambition and resilience. The Norse adventurers not only shaped their world, but left an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. Reflecting on the Viking Age invites us to consider the broader implications of exploration and cultural exchange. The Norse remind us that our past is woven with stories of discovery, conflict, and an enduring quest for knowledge. What will our own legacies be? The Vikings are often remembered as ruthless raiders, but their legacy extends far beyond pillaging. They were also skilled traders, craftsmen, and explorers who profoundly influenced the regions they encountered. Their long ships, marvels of engineering, enabled them to traverse vast waters and connect disparate cultures across Europe and beyond. Norse explorers ventured into uncharted territories, reaching as far as North America nearly a millennium ago. The settlement of Vinland, believed to be in present-day Newfoundland, stands as testament to their audacity and navigational prowess. These early expeditions paved the way for future encounters between Europe and the New World. The sagas of the Icelanders provide valuable insights into the lives of these Norse adventurers. Through vivid storytelling, they chronicle the exploits of legendary figures like Eric the Red and Leif Erikson. These tales not only celebrate their achievements, but also reflect the values and beliefs of Viking society. With their extensive trade networks, Vikings exchanged goods such as furs, amber, and iron with cultures across Europe and Asia. They acted as conduits, bringing Eastern luxuries to the West and vice versa. This interaction facilitated a rich cultural exchange that influenced art, language, and technology. The Viking Age also saw the establishment of settlements that laid the foundations for future cities. Places like Dublin, founded by the Norse, became vital hubs of commerce and culture. The Vikings' knack for adaptation allowed them to blend into local societies while maintaining their unique identity. Despite their reputation as warriors, many Vikings were also farmers and craftsmen. Their ability to cultivate the land and produce goods ensured their survival and prosperity. This duality of life challenges the simplistic view of Vikings as mere raiders, revealing a complex society. The conversion of the Vikings to Christianity marked a significant turning point in their culture. As they embraced new beliefs, the Norse legends began to intertwine with Christian narratives. This transformation facilitated their integration into the broader European society, shifting their focus from raiding to trade and diplomacy. As the Viking Age drew to a close, the legacy of these formidable explorers became embedded in the fabric of European history. The blending of cultures, languages, and technologies left an enduring impact. The echoes of their adventures resonate in the modern world, reminding us of the power of exploration and exchange. The elements of Norse mythology continue to capture the human imagination, with stories of gods, heroes, and epic battles. These narratives, preserved through time, reflect fundamental human themes of struggle, discovery, and resilience. They invite each generation to find meaning and inspiration in the past. In the modern age, the fascination with Vikings remains alive, influencing literature, film, and popular culture. From historical novels to blockbuster movies, these depictions often reinterpret the Viking spirit, balancing historical accuracy with creative storytelling. This ongoing legacy shapes our understanding of who they were and how they lived. As we reflect on the Viking era, it becomes clear that their contributions were multifaceted. They were not just warriors and raiders. They were innovators, traders, and explorers who shaped the world in profound ways. Understanding the Norse legacy invites us to appreciate the complexities of history and its enduring impact on our lives today. The tapestry of history is woven with the threads of countless stories, each adding depth and richness to our understanding of humanity. The Vikings remind us that exploration and cultural exchange are fundamental aspects of our shared legacy. As we move forward, let us honor the spirit of discovery that drives us to connect and learn from each other.